Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, Jay Briggs here from Pickdawgz.com, bringing y'all my NBA Jam session for November 25th, 2022. If you're looking for more of this great content, man, y'all know what to do. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Almost to that 100K, man. We should hit it in a few days. So subscribe, new subscribers if you're new. Drop your like down in the comments, man. Y'all know I love going through, seeing who y'all like in the comments. But if you're looking for my best bets, the bets that I'm placing today, as well as best bets from the top handicappers in the world, check us out over at Pickdawgz.com. Click that premium picks tab, and that's where you'll find best bets from the top handicappers on the planet. Link to my $15 NBA Jam session plays in the description. My best bet in the NBA every night. We've been red hot on that play. I want to say we've hit 6 of our last 8, including our last game on Wednesday, which was my NBA Jam session game of the month. We had the Atlanta Hawks against the Sacramento Kings. I really love that one. We cashed it. So jump on over there, man. Go to the website. Scoop up that $15 NBA Jam session play. My best bet in the NBA every night. Follow me on Twitter at ParlayGuyJ. That's where I update y'all if any of my opinions on these games changes from now to then. Also, that's where I tweet out the parlay, the NBA parlay that I do if we hit the like goal every day. That's also where I tweet out the injury updates later on in the day once we find those as well. So follow me over there at Parlay Guy J. Y'all can just tweet at me with any questions y'all have. I try to get to most of those as well. So follow me there. Let's continue to stack units in the NBA. Huge night. We got 13 games off of a day off yesterday. Thanksgiving Day. Holiday season, man. It's that time of year. Now it's time to focus on Christmas. Time to stack some units, man, so we can gift those in our lives one of the best Christmas they've had. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and hop into tonight's NBA action. In our first matchup of the night, man, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves on the road facing the Charlotte Hornets. Timberwolves laying 5, total 225. Hey, we took this Timberwolves team off the do not bet list almost at the exact right time. I got to go back and check the videos and see which one we took them off on. But they came off at the right time. They've won 5 straight. They're playing some really good basketball right now. This Timberwolves team is. I'm still not a believer in them. And for that reason is why I'm going to fade them here today. I'm going to take my points with the Hornets. We did see the Hornets win their last one and cover the spread. We had them as a premium that day. The Hornets, granted it was against the Sixers without their 3 best players. No Harden, no Maxey, no Embiid. But they were favorites at home, and they got the job done against the Sixers. And I think they can keep this one pretty competitive against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm still not a 100% believer. They're not on the do not bet list, but I just think today's a good time to try to fade them. They've won 5 straight, and they're road favorites of 5 against a terrible Hornets team. I will say this Hornets team is not a great team, but Friday night, you know, I mean, we see a few of these games go the opposite way that we typically think that they should. The Timberwolves should win this game, but I don't know. I just got a feeling that this Hornets team can keep this one close. So I'm gonna take the 5 here with Charlotte. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Philadelphia 76ers on the road facing the Orlando Magic. Magic home favorites laying 3.5, total 217.5. I'm gonna lay it with Orlando in this one, man. Me personally. Philadelphia still banged up, still missing all their guys. No Embiid in this one, no Harden, no Maxey. Looks like Thibault is also out for this one. Looks like for the Magic, looks like Wendell Carter Jr. is questionable. My guy, Paolo Banchero, looks like he is back for this one after missing some time. Looks like he will play in this one. I like the Magic at home. The Magic play their better basketball at home. I'll lay the 4 with the Magic at home here in this one. 76ers, I just don't trust them with all their guys. We seen them lose their last matchup to the Hornets on the road. Hornets are a worse team in my opinion than this Magic team. I think this Magic team can match up pretty well. They're getting healthy for the first time this season. We really haven't seen this Magic team with all their guys in there this season. A lot of guys were hurt to begin the season. Then right when they were getting a lot of their guys back, Banchero dropped out. So I think tonight will be a perfect storm at home against a bad team. A good get-right spot for the Magic. I'll lay the 3.5 with them here tonight. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Portland Trail Blazers on the road facing the New York Knicks. Knicks laying 4, total 235.5. Hey, we caught this Blazer slide that they've been on right on the head, I think, on the game. Exactly. We said the Blazers were due for a little regression to return to the median. They were just too hot. And since then, they've lost their last 4. And they're without their best player in Damian Lillard. The Knicks are coming off of a long road trip. I think they just played 5 straight games on the road. They return home here in this one. They won 3 of those 5. But for me in this one, I'm going to take the points with the Blazers. I think that they're kind of just due. They're a good team with or without Damian Lillard. And I think Simons is kind of due in this one. I think we could see a big game from him. And I'm gonna take the points with the Blazers in this one. And I'll probably sprinkle a little bit on the money line on the Blazers in this one too. This is just one of those spots where I think the Knicks might be in a letdown spot, returning to home on a Friday night. Blazers could come in there, still a good team without Damian Lillard. A little hungrier because they're on a 4-game slide, not wanting to lose 5 straight. I think the Blazers can get it done. So that's where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit on the money line as well here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Sacramento Kings on the road facing the Boston Celtics. Celtics laying 8, total 237.5. Hey, this Kings team has been my team. Like, I pretty much have been locked in on what they are going to do or what they're not going to do. We were on them almost that whole winning streak. Their last game was my NBA Jam Session game of the month. We had the Atlanta Hawks at home in that one to end the Kings winning streak. I would just love that spot for the Hawks in that one. The Kings, though, they put up a good fight, man. It was a good game. This Kings team, they're still probably one of my favorites team to bet on. They're definitely top 3 right now. And I'm going to take them here again against the Celtics. I know the Celtics are looking like the best team in basketball right now. I know this. Whoever's in their path, they just kind of do it to them. But I think 8 points in this one is just a little too much. That's just my opinion. I think the Celtics do win this one, and the Kings drop their 2nd game in a row. But I think this is a good Kings team, and I think they can keep it pretty competitive. I like Sabonis and Fox. I can see this being like a 4 to 5 point win for the Celtics. So I'm gonna take the Kings here plus the points. And I wouldn't be me personally. I might sprinkle a little bit on Kings money line. They have been playing some pretty good basketball. We're getting some really, really good odds on it. So why not? If you got the bankroll to do it, sprinkle a little bit on Kings money line. Take them plus the 8. That's where I'm gonna be in this one. I know the Celtics are the best team right now. They've looked like it. Tatum playing on a high level, but this Kings team has looked pretty good as well. And I just think 8 points is a little too much here. So give me the Kings, and I'll take them plus the points. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Brooklyn Nets on the road facing the Indiana Pacers. Brooklyn laying 2.5, total 235.5. Short, sweet, and simple. I'm not laying points with the Nets on the road. The Nets still on the do not bet list. Give me the Pacers. Let's get some plus money in this one. Pacers on the money line. The Pacers have a better record, 10-7 on the season. The Pacers have been playing a better basketball. Have won 4 of their last 5. I know they lost their last one to the Timberwolves. I know the Nets won their last one against the Raptors. The Raptors were totally banged up in that one, though. Not a believer in this Nets team. We bashed them in the last video. I still feel the exact same way. Let's get some plus money here today. Short, sweet, and simple. I'm taking the Pacers on the money line here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Washington Wizards on the road facing the Miami Heat. Heat laying 4, total 211.5. I'm going to be honest. I don't like this game, man. Way too many people on this injury report for me to make a solid bet in this one. DeLon Wright out. Bradley Beal day-to-day. Monte Morris day-to-day. Rui Hachimura day-to-day. Tyler Hero day-to-day. Max Struss day-to-day. Dwayne Dedmon day-to-day. Gabe Vincent day-to-day. And that's like 10 dudes on the injury report for this game alone. I lean Wizards plus the points. The Heat haven't been impressive this season. The Wizards have been playing some decent basketball this season, but I'm not betting this one, y'all. I'm not. It's too many pieces in or out for this one. I'll update y'all later on Twitter. Follow me there. I'll tweet out the injury report so y'all can see for yourselves who y'all like in this one once the injuries come down. But for me, it's Wizards or nothing, and it's most likely going to be nothing for me in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Atlanta Hawks on the road facing the Houston Rockets. Atlanta laying 7.5, total 234.5. Y'all know how I feel about this Hawks team on the road. That's typically, for me, not a bet-on situation. But in this one, I think they're the much better team than this Rockets team, so I would lay the points with the Hawks. I'm personally, it's not going to be a premium or anything like that, but this Rockets team is just so awful. They've been okay in their last few matchups, though. Against the Golden State in their last one, they lost by 7. The game before that against Indiana, they lost by 8. The game before that, they beat Dallas straight up. The game before that, though, they got took behind the shed, 102-106. The game before that, they lost 119-106. So this Rockets team, you know what I mean, man, they're not a good team. They're probably the worst team in basketball, in my opinion. The Hawks, though, they're a really good team. I like the Hawks. The Hawks were my game of the month in their last matchup against the Sacramento Kings. Perfect spot for them. They were at home in that one against the Kings team on a back-to-back who were coming in hot. I just love that spot for the Hawks in that matchup. I don't love it here tonight for them, even though I'm going to take them for video's sake. I think they're a much better team than the Rockets. This is not just a great spot for them, in my opinion. But for video's sake, I will take the Hawks minus the 7.5. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got a really good game. We got the New Orleans Pelicans on the road facing the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies laying 2.5, total 228.5. For me in this one, I'm going to take the team that's playing the better basketball right now. I'm going to take the team that I think potentially has the better players in this one. And I'm going to take the road team, man. And I'm going to take them on the money line. Give me the Pelicans. Let's get some more plus money here. Pelicans have won 4 of their last 5. Grizzlies have lost 4 of their last 5. I know this Grizzlies team is a good team. We expect them to bounce back here soon. But I don't think tonight is that night. Ja Morant's still kind of banged up, even though he plays amazing. Jaren Jackson Jr. still coming off his injury. He doesn't look like the same guy. Desmond Bane looks like he's still out for this one. Pelicans still have Zion for this one. Brandon Ingram still playing at a pretty high level. He's in for this one. McCollum listed as out. Trey Murphy day-to-day. Like I said, man, y'all know since the start of this season, I've been high on this Pelicans team. I think they can go here and get a win on the road, man. I just like what they got, what they're building over there. Zion, back off injury, he's a go in this one. Should see a good game from him down low. I'm going to take the Pelicans here. I'm going to take them on the money line, man. Like I said, they've just been playing the better basketball here. I know the Grizzlies go play their best basketball at home in front of that Memphis crowd, but they're struggling right now, and I don't know if they can fix it in time to beat these Pelicans here tonight. So let's get some plus money. I'm taking the Pelicans on the money line in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers on the road facing the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee home favorites laying 2.5, total 216.5. I will admit, man, this Cavs team is playing some really good basketball right now. They've ripped off 4 straight. Looking to make it 5 on the road against Milwaukee is a tough place to be, though. And I don't think they get it done. I'm going to take Milwaukee. I'm going to lay the bucket. 2.5 is just a bucket, but I think this game, for me personally, is razor sharp. I think it's going to be a good game. Might be probably the best game of the night. Probably not going to have a premium on this one, but I like the Bucks in this situation. I know they've only won 2 of their last 5, and Cleveland has won 4 of their last 5, but here at home, that's where Milwaukee just plays their better basketball. And I can see this one, like I said, it's razor tight. I think it's going to be a tight game down to the buzzer. Milwaukee might be up 2. Cleveland get to doing the late game foul situations, and we get the cover. That's how I see this one coming down to it. So that's why I said, me personally, I might sprinkle a little bit on this one. Not a whole lot of money on this one for me, though, at all. Too tight of a line. But I will take the Bucks for the video's sake here in this one. They got the better player in Giannis, the best player in the world. They're at home. And I think they can get it done on a Friday night. So give me Milwaukee. I'll lay the bucket here in this matchup. In our next matchup of the night, we got your Chicago Bulls on the road facing the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies. Chicago road favorites laying 1.5, total 235. Me personally, I thought this line was going to open at like a pick'em or something. Chicago, in my opinion, should not be the road favorite. But if they're going to give me plus money with my Thunder Buddies, I'm sure going to take the opportunity. Give me the Thunder on the money line. I know this Bulls team has won back-to-back games against probably the 2 best teams in the East, the Bucks and the Celtics. They ended the Celtics' long winning streak. But in typical Bulls fashion, they're going to beat those 2 top teams and then turn around and lose outright to the Thunder. I just see it happening. I love this spot for the Thunder tonight. Give me the Thunder on the money line. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been playing at a high level. He deserves to be an all-star thus far. If they snub him from the all-star, first if he can continues to play this consistently and they snub him from the all-star, it might be one of the greatest snubs that we've ever seen. He's playing at a really high level, keeping this Thunder team competitive. and I think he can pull out a home win here tonight. Give me the Thunder on the money line. I think the Bulls are fraudulent, 8-10 on the season. They might not make the playoffs this season, or if they do, they're going to be in that play-in type situation. They're stuck. The Bulls are. I mean, there's really nowhere for them to go. Their top two players, Levine and DeRozan, they're good players, but they're middle of the pack players. Middle of the pack, like all-star type players, you know what I mean? Like, they're towards the bottom. They're not, the top tier of guys. So I don't think they're ever really gonna make a whole lot of noise. And I think tonight could just be a bad spot for them, a letdown spot after those two huge wins. I'm in the Thunder at home here on the money line here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Los Angeles Lakers on the road facing the San Antonio Spurs. Lakers road favorites laying 5, total 230. I'm not laying 5 with the Lakers on the road, but I'm not betting this game either. Only way I could bet this game if I were to is to take the home team plus the points. Like I said, two bad teams in this one. I don't feel like laying points with the Lakers on the road, but the Spurs have been just as awful. They've been took behind the shed in 4 straight games. So, not betting this game at all, me personally. But for the video's sake, I would say Spurs. No LeBron, probably. He's questionable with the groin. He didn't play in his last one. I highly doubt he plays in this one. Follow me on Twitter, though. I'll update y'all as soon as I hear anything, if he's in or out. We know no Pat Bev. He's out due to suspension. Anthony Davis is day-to-day, but he's probable, So I think he plays, but there's no telling with him either. There's some guys on their injury report for the Spurs as well. For me personally, it's just a lean towards the home team, plus the points in a game between two bad teams. That's all it is. I don't like this one. I'm not betting this one personally. Yeah, so that's what I like here in this matchup. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Detroit Pistons on the road facing the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix laying 12.5, total 226.5. Hey, this Pistons team, man, they've won back-to-back games against the Denver Nuggets and the Utah Jazz. They beat the Jazz at home, which is crazy. That's only the Jazz' second loss at home this season. Y'all know I'm high on that Jazz team, and that one I had a pretty penny on the Jazz in that one. And the Pistons, hey, they got the job done. But tonight I want that money back. Give me the Suns. I'm going to lay the points. We got to go look at this Pistons injury report. Sadiq Bey looks like he's out. Isaiah Stewart looks like he's out. Jaden Ivey day-to-day. We know Kate Cunningham is still out for a while. Killian Hayes is on here. Diallo is on here. A lot of guys hurt for this Pistons team. Follow me on Twitter, Parlay Guy J, and I'll update y'all on all these injuries later on in the day when we get the final in or out. Chris Paul looks like he's still out for this one for the Suns. Shamet looks like he's still out as well. But the Suns, y'all know how I feel about them at home. That's where they play their best basketball. This one, I could easily see a 30-point win for the Suns. So for that reason, I'm going to lay the points. I know the Pistons team has looked good in back-to-back games, but they're still the Pistons. They're still the Pistons. Really banged up in this one. The Suns is the play. I'm going to lay the points here in this matchup. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got my Utah Jazz on the road facing the Golden State Warriors. Golden State laying 7, total 237.5. Y'all know I'm on the Jazz in this one. I'm taking plus the points. Warriors, I know they play their better basketball at home. They're terrible on the road, but at home they've been dominant. 9-10 on the season, though. I'm still not impressed with this Warriors team. Definitely not going to be laying 7 points against a good Utah Jazz team. I think the Warriors are still overvalued. I know they're defending champs, but they're still overvalued. There's no reason this line should be 7 here at home against a good Jazz team. It should be more like 4 or 5, maybe, in my opinion. I think there's room there for the Jazz plus the 7, and I really wouldn't be shocked if the Jazz won this one outright either. Give me the Jazz plus the 7 in this one. I know they have been struggling in their last few games. They've only won 2 of their last 5. They lost back-to-back games, including a loss in their last one at home to Detroit in a game where I had a pretty penny on Utah in that one. That was only their second home loss of the season, but to do it to the Pistons was kind of mind-boggling. Happens, though. Bounce-back spot here tonight, at least against the spread-wise, and they might get it on the money line. Warriors, like I said, they are overrated right now. They're not the defending champs from last season. Although they have all those pieces, I think the Jazz can go in there and keep it pretty competitive. Give me the Jazz on Friday night plus the points here in this one. In our last and final game of the night, we got the Denver Nuggets on the road facing the Los Angeles Clippers. Denver road favors laying 2.5, total 220.5. Look, this is what I'm going to say. If you like Denver, grab them now, grab them now, grab them now before they go and list all these guys in the play. Me personally, I don't like this game. I probably won't have anything on it. If anything, I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit on the Nuggets now before all these guys get listed as in. We know the NBA. But at the same time, you got to be careful of that because in that same breath, we've seen this Nuggets team just in the last few games. Like in the last one, we thought Jokic was going to play in the last one. In the last minute, they listed him out. So it's just one of those things. He's on there as day-to-day right now. So is Michael Porter Jr. Looks like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are out for this one, but who knows with these two teams. Tread very lightly dealing with these two teams. This is the last game of the night, so at 9:30, follow me on Twitter. I can update y'all later today. It's way early in the morning, so y'all know how it goes with these two teams. Follow me there. I'll update y'all on the injury, but for me, I would get in on the Nuggets early because I do think these guys go and this line's going to grow. So I would get on the Nuggets pretty early. I think they win it, and they beat up on this Clippers team, but nothing solid for me in this one. But if you're looking for my best bets tonight, as well as best bets from the top handicappers in the world, check us out over at Pickdawgz.com. There you'll find best bets from the top handicappers on the planet. Link to my $15 NBA Jam Session play is in the description. That is my best bet in the NBA every night. We've been red hot on that NBA Jam Session play. I think it's like 6 of the last 8 we've hit, including like the last 3. My last game that I played, which was, what's today? Today's Friday, so it was Wednesday. I had my game of the month of November with the Atlanta Hawks. It cashed. So we've been pretty hot on that Jam Session play. Go scoop that up over at Pickdawgz.com, $15. Follow me on Twitter at ParlayGuyJ for any updates on any other games, and that's why I tweet out the injury reports, all that good stuff. Y'all can just at me any questions y'all have. If it's something I get to, then I will definitely get back to you. It's been your boy Jay Briggs, man. Let's make some money tonight. Bet smart. Talk to y'all on Twitter. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.